All right, the wind put the final beat down on the tent. Once it quits blowing today, I'll get it by tomorrow. I'll pull this down and put up my backup tent. We're out here on the LTVA La Posa North. It was dusty, a lot of dust in the air. It's January 7th and getting near, well, it's about 4 o'clock. You can see you can't really see how much haze there is because of dust because of the wind, and camera won't, it gives you about every bit of light it can. Over and out for today. Got the new little tent up. Actually not new, it's new for the LTVA. I had this about 3 months before. I used it maybe 2 weeks up in the mountains. Everything stuff's in there okay. I got the stuff I use the most up front. The wind is still blowing a bit, but not the 10 shredder wind we had the last couple days. I'm winded, boy. I'm beat. This working on these projects out in the desert are tough on the old guy. All right, so that's project 1 finished, tent replacement. That's the 8th of January 2024. We'll see how this goes. I'll give this maybe 3 months. Maybe it'll make it to the end of the season. Over and out. It's January 9th out on the LTVA La Posa North campground. It's going to be another cold night. 34 degrees in the morning according to the weather report, which is 1 degree higher than yesterday. This will be the coldest week I've stayed out here this season, and I'm hoping it's the last week of cold we have. Usually it picks up through mid-January and into February as to not having to run the buddy heater every night and morning. We'll see what happens. The other thing I have to talk about is signal reception. If I have Verizon, and out here it's just terrible where I'm camping at. And I'm on this link, I'm going to post 2 screenshots of the signal speeds that I've been running from different locations on the LTVA La Posa North campground. The reception on the far east side of the main road that drives through La Posa North campground, after you get through the wash and past the trash can, if you know where I'm talking about, if you've been out here, closer to where the new pavement ends, that whole region, about 100 meters in from the dead-end dirt road, it has excellent reception. The signal tower, for some reason, splits to kind of avoid the old ranch, Rice Ranch property, and then it V's out, and the La Posa West campground has good signal, and then the back half of La Posa North campground has good signal. But where I'm at, in midway between the office and the big wash, the main wash, and the trash can, is just terrible signal. So I drive over to that side to run my uploads to YouTube and Twitter and to TikTok. So if you come out here, think about your reception. If you want to use the internet or do streaming or watch videos and movies off the internet, you're not going to get it if you stay in the midsection of La Posa North. I hope that helps, and have a great day, and stay warm. When the sun goes down out here in the desert, a couple minutes after sunset, the temperature drops dramatically. It's an interesting transition. Suddenly you're at refrigerator temperatures in the early evening. I got a candle that works well. I've used it every day since Christmas. in the evenings. It cuts the bite out of the air in the trailer before I have to use like my buddy heater or anything serious to heat up the inside. I boil water for tea quite often, which helps again with the air temperature inside the trailer. By about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the evening before I go to bed, I'll run the buddy heater to give it a nice warm feeling before I get into bed. Other than that, it's pretty livable through this the colder bit of time. Early January is pretty cold out here. Hopefully this week's the end of it, the really cold temperature, like getting into high 20s and 30s on the LTVA, La Posa North. But it's good to have some kind of heating source, and I feel sorry for the people that are living in tents out there on the property. It can get frighteningly cold. So if you're going to come out for the RV show and the rock shows and the events here through January into February, be sure to bring a nice hard side and a heater and a warm place to get to. Over and out on the desert. WC Quick, author, back at ya. I revised and edited, made them larger actually, my two fantasy and dark fantasy anthologies. I've got the Worlds of the Orb Anthology. It's a little more lighthearted. It still has the alternate fairy tale characters and evil elves and good versus evil themes to it. It has an extended storyline of Beneath the Barn series books I wrote back in maybe 20 years ago. But it's a romance, fantasy, otherworldly kind of experience, but good reading for all ages. If you get a chance, check out The Worlds of the Orb Anthology by WC Quick on Amazon Books. It's in print, you can see. I also have my dark fantasy, which is pretty much 18 and up reading, mostly for violence and cussing. It has evil elves, welding, which is oddball, but it's good for the series. Chain-smoking goddess, again with the alternate fairy tale characters that extend over from the Worlds of the Orb Anthology 1. This is Worlds of the Orb Anthology 2. There's a lot of motorcycles and cars and goblins and government involvement going after the orb. Different segues to the Orb series. If you get a chance, you want to read a little bit darker, a little bit more adult fantasy, get The Worlds of the Orb 2 by W.C. Quick on Amazon Books in print. Thank you.